Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today I want to answer a question that I got in the comment section about free will after awakening. And first of all, I want to say that always check in with yourself and your own experience. It's not necessary to try to make your own experience fit into my description. Because the journey here is authenticity eventually. So always be honest with your pure experience more than anything else. Also, to say about before and after awakening, like truth never changes. It's just experienced differently. So it's not like you had free will and you lost it after awakening, but you will experience the whole concept of free will differently. At least I do. So before awakening, it was all about, in a way, it was about getting my own way. That's the ego. It wants to get its own way. It doesn't have to compromise on others. Like, it's not necessarily negative, but it requires effort and force. So you try to force your will on reality. And that's a struggle of the mind, a battle of the mind, of desire and aversion. That's only happening in here, right? Trying to get where you want. It never happened in the actual reality of the five senses. It's always a mental process of struggle, a mental battle of getting what you want, right? And that force, that effort, that pushing on reality, pushing and pulling on reality, it's really uncomfortable. It's really almost inorganic. It's just so unnatural. And it's much, at some point, you surrender, at least I surrendered, to the natural flow of life. And from there, you can co-create or join the creation, that mysterious force of creation. Participate in that, right? And if you tune into that, it's always aligned with love. It's always aligned with creativity. And it's always aligned with joy also, right? But that's the battle of the human mind, because the human mind is very scared. And it's scared for a reason. And it has been for generations. And that's okay. But it's really conditioned to want control, to want predictability, and to sort of eliminate fear. So in that sense, we stop trusting life. At some point in childhood, we stop trusting life. Some sort of trauma happens usually, and we stop trusting life. And we need control. We need to figure things out all the time, right? Some more than others. But still, it's a very common conditioning of humans. So what awakening does, it's inviting you to surrender to the flow of life. And the whole concept of free will needs there to be a separate person with a separate will from everything else. And that is what feels inauthentic and inorganic and unnatural. However, you can definitely feel a strong urge or a desire to move in a direction, inspiration, right? Spontaneous inspiration, or more like long-term ideas. Maybe you want to build a family, maybe you want to build a business or create art. Like, there's so many ways to be human, but there's not a separate will from the creation of the whole. So there's less need for that will, and there's more enjoyment of exploration of whatever shows up in this reality. And I would also say a much more joy of co-creating with the whole. So tuning oneself into intuition, into the soul, or into the cosmic consciousness. And that is when it's more effortless, much more enjoyable, much more playful and spontaneous. That's always the highest option anyway. Nothing can ever be better for you than the highest love, the highest joy, your true nature. Nothing can ever be better than that anyway. I don't know if that answered the question, but that was my answer. And please leave a comment below how that resonates, and have a good day. Namaste.